Hi, I'm Trinity Hill, and this is my science fair project. My hypothesis is, will acids wash away tarnish from coppered coins? If so, which acids from the ones used? And do the acids work on the coins that are not copper? And if so, which acids work the best to the coins that are used? My materials are orange juice, coins, copper, and not, toothbrushes, H2O, iodized salt, bowls, and labels. These are the acids that I'm going to be using for my science fair project. And these are the materials that I'm going to be using that I mentioned beforehand in my supply talk. Now on to the fabulous experiment of tarnished or iodized coins. I used a toothbrush, orange juice, and the coins. I dipped the coins in the orange juice and scrubbed the toothbrush on top of the coins. Unfortunately, the residue did not give. My hypothesis for this acid is that it was not strong enough to lift the residue. So, unfortunately, once again, orange juice was a fail. So, I decided to use an acidic mixture of salt and water, once again with the toothbrush and the coins. I dipped it in, and I scrubbed. Once again, after I dipped it with the toothbrush on the copper pennies, and the residue still didn't give after scrubbing very hard. So I kept scrubbing, and my hypothesis was a fail. So same as the orange juice, it just wasn't acidic enough. So unfortunately, my hypothesis for orange juice and salt and water separately have been a fail. Next, I used salt, water, and orange juice all together. I dipped the coin in with the toothbrush and scrubbed the coin with the toothbrush until I actually saw residue lift off the coin. And surprisingly, my hypothesis worked the third time, but not the 2 second times. So my conclusion is that orange juice and salt and water are not strong enough to lift the residue separately, but together they're strong enough and have enough acid in them to lift it. Now I will be using coins that are not copper, like dimes or quarters, and I'll be using orange juice as my first acid. I dip the coin in the orange juice, dip the brush in the orange juice, and scrub, but no residue lifts, so my conclusion is for the first acid that it does not work on non-copper coins, for orange juice that is. Then I use salt and water. I dip the coin in the salt and water, and I dip the brush in salt and water. I scrub, but once again, it doesn't work. So after scrubbing, I have figured that may not work, but I still keep going to my last acid. So I scrub, but no residue lives, just like I just said. So I move on to the next acid. Failure. The next acid is the mixture of all three: salt, water, and orange juice. I dip the coin in the residue. I dip the brush in the mixture, trying to gather salt, and scrub. Flip the coin over, no residue lifts, so I have concluded that copper coins and non-copper coins are very different, because in my previous experiment, the copper coins did have residue that lifted when they had the mixture of salt, water, and orange juice, but the non-copper coins did not have any residue that lifted at all. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time, if there is a next time. Anyway, bye!